Good morning, children. Welcome to class PM. And previously we have discussed about the chapter 1 resources and what are resources, definition, examples, what are the types of resources, and what are their uses and how we can call them as resources, particular resources, and the conclusion of resources. Today we are going to discuss the chapter 2, which is land, soil, water, and natural vegetation and wildlife. This is the chapter 2 we are going to discuss today about, and now we are going to discuss about land. Land is also a natural resource which is generally on we can call as planet Earth, and on Earth we are living on the land. So sir, we know about the land, and what more things we need to learn about land? Sure. Here, so on the Earth, if it is a Earth, one-fourth part of the Earth is covered with land. Remaining complete part, three-fourth part of the Earth is covered with water. So if you can see in the picture, it is very clear in that only one-fourth of the part of the Earth is covered with land. Remaining complete part is covered with water. So this is how the part of land consists on Earth. And children, so this is about land and what are the uses of land. Here we are going to discuss now. So tell me, do you have any idea of using of land? Yes, of course, sir, why not? Generally, everything we do on our daily basis, all the things or all the activities we do generally with the help of land. I mean, we are on the land, so obviously everything comes under the usage of land. Perfect answer. So here, children, we generally construct buildings. People, human beings are here to live. So in order to live a life, what we need, what is the primary thing that is required to live? Air, I understand. Other than air, water, food, these are the physical things what we intake, and which process to help and to live on the earth. So these are not the things what we are discussing here. Okay, rest of the part. And what is the main thing that is used to live in our daily life is building, like a house to live or a shelter to live. So human beings first use the land for constructing their houses or shelters to live, then buildings for schools, colleges, and other resources to live their lives is to agriculture. Agriculture is the main sources of the human being to have food, to cultivate the land and to get the food to eat and to grow many crops like wheat, vegetables, fruits to eat. So even land is used for agriculture purpose, which is very important in our daily lives. Okay, rest of the part. Now, what more uses of land, sir? Yes, here we use land for constructing buildings, roads, factories, schools, colleges, dams, whatnot. Many things we can do with the use of land, sir. Yes, we generally use the land from the starting of your day to end of your day. Everything you do mostly will be on the land. Yeah, of course, I understand and I agree with you. Few things that we do with the use of water also. What are the uses of we use with water? Yes, we travel on water from one place to one other place. There are a few more uses. I am not sure about them, but traveling on the water is used with water, and there are many living beings, I can say, living beings which are living in inside the water, like fishes, sharks, crocodiles, whatnot. Many living beings. I think you are you have good knowledge on sea resources and like usage of waters. Okay, rest of the part here, coming to the point of our class today. These are the uses of land, and land is divided into two usages. So one usage is private land and one usage is community land. So sir, we understand about land and usages of land. Okay, that's well and good. And what about division? You said the classification of land into two parts. So one is private and one is community. So what is private land, sir? What is community? Does land belongs in these two ways? Of course, children, yes. So land is divided into two ways. So one is private land. Private land is nothing but the land which belongs to the individual person. That means if you have your house, if you have your own house, that means the place covered with your home or house belongs to you. That means it is your individual land. That comes under the private lands. So the lands which belongs to the private or individual persons or individual human beings comes under private lands. Okay, so well and good. You gave the example about private land. That means the a place where we live with our own own properties that belongs to us is called private land. Okay. Then what is about community land? Community land is nothing but a group of people or a group of society which combine and take care of a particular land is called a community land. Sir, really? But we don't understand exactly what is a community land. Can you please clarify this? Of course, children, definitely. So here, a group of people, like if you're living in a community or a in a city or place where many people are living with together, like with you. So children, like suppose if you're living in the city of Hyderabad, or if you are living in a particular area of Kukatpalli or any other places like particular area X area, so you will be having a market yard and a bus stand, bus stops, railway stations, and all schools, colleges, factories. These are called as community lands. Nothing but a group of people combined and taking care of a land that is called as community land. Suppose if you take a market yard where the vegetables, fruits and many things are sold. So that land belongs to all the community people who are living around that. That means you, your neighbors, all the people in that surroundings can use that land, and they can come and they can buy the fruits and they can sell the fruits, many things that we can do with that land. So that is called a community land. So I hope you are clear with land, the usage of land, and what are the divisions of land, and what are the private land and community land. So private land belongs to the individuals who have their own houses, factories, or some other places like agricultural lands which belongs to their own is called private lands. And community lands are nothing but a group of people combines and take care of a particular land is called as community land. For examples, market yards, bus stands. Bus stand is a community land. It is also called as public common resource. That means all the public who are living around that land can use that property or can use that land for their uses. So that is nothing but community or property common resource. Now, okay, sir, you told we human beings live generally after coming onto this earth, we definitely need a land to live here. Okay, I agree. So what happens if the population grows with unlimitedly, like without having a particular amount or quantity? So in that case, definitely one day we'll have a shortage of land to live on. So growing population and their needs, population needs, are leading to the shortage of land, or they are covering all the parts of the land with their needs, like constructing the buildings, schools, colleges, factories, and all the needs they are fulfilling with by the usage of land, and all the parts of the land which is used or which is remained for the forestation or some other purpose which is to protect the nature or protect the human beings is have been destroying by the usage of by the needs of the human beings. So that is the reason we have to take a charge, and we have to take a part and conserve the land. Okay, sir, good. And well, we'll definitely conserve the land, and we will prove that we will save the land, and we will project the same thing to our next generations and the next people who are living after us. Okay, that's well and good. And how is the process to conserve the land? Yes, children, here it is. We have to stop deforestation the forest and build and constructing the buildings all over the land. So you can ask me a question that how, sir, how we should stop constructing buildings? How can we live if we stop constructing buildings without deforestation the forest? Of course, yes, you can ask me the question, and I can say stop deforestation and construct your buildings in the empty areas where no trees can grow, where the population is good enough there, and where the resources are high to construct a building, but not deforestation the forest. So the stop deforestation, stop cutting trees, and use other resources or use other properties to construct a building, or other places to construct the building, but not deforestation. So stop deforestation and start planting more trees and plants, so that you will have a good environment and good atmosphere around you, which save your lives with a good health. So people, children, understand that you came to know how to conserve the land, and I believe that you take initiation or you take a step towards preventing or conserving the land from today. Yes, children? Great. So this is what about the land and the uses of land and conserving the land resource. Okay, great. Previously also, sir told about the land in the resources. First chapter, you told about land and its uses. And this is the continuation of that part, that where we'll use the land for more purposes, and where we use exactly and how to use it properly to conserve the land for next generations. So children, I think you are very clear with land resource and how to use the land and how to conserve the land. Great. Now the next part of this lesson is soil. Okay, soil is nothing but a layer which is formed on the earth with the combination of tiny particles like tiny minerals, rocks formed by weathering. Okay, so what is weathering, sir? Weathering is nothing but the appearance of a particular particle which is exposed to the atmosphere for the long time. So we don't understand, sir. Can you please give an example for weathering? Definitely, children. So here, if you go out and if you stand in the sun or in the atmosphere the whole day without covering your hands, your hair, your face, your knee, your feet, so probably by tomorrow or the next day or next 2 days, if you continue the same thing, then I can say your skin will be tanned, or your skin will become or change the color of that by exposing to the atmosphere. In the same way, if some particles or rocky particles which are exposed to the atmosphere for longer times or many years, then that will form the soil. That is the formation of soil, and it also the combination of many minerals, components, chemicals, whatnot, like all the particles which are coming up from the earth will be formed as a layer on the earth, and that is called soil. And also many organic particles, organic matter like small insects, earthworms, and their wastage is also covered on the earth, and that all combine to become the soil. Okay, sir, now we came to know about the soil and how it is formed on the earth. Great. And what next? Okay, the right mixture of organic matter and the minerals will form a soil which is very fertile, and fertile soils are used for planting many trees, and it helps in the growth of plants and crops mainly. So fertile soils are used in agriculture to grow the plants in a perfect way, I can say, without using any chemicals. So fertility of the soil gives the plants energy and strength to grow more and to give more products. Like if you plant a mango tree in a fertile soil, it grows. It takes the fertility of that soil, and if it grows high, and it gives you many like mangoes. So this is how a mango tree takes the fertility of soil, and it gives the products to you. So a right mixture of organic particles, organic matter, or and the minerals formed on the earth's surface will give a fertile soil. So this is how a soil is formed and how the soil is used for agriculture purposes and other things. Okay, so children, we came to know about soil and how it is formed on the earth's surfaces, and what like how it can be used for agriculture purposes. Great. Now we are going to discuss about types of soils. How many types of soils are there, and how they are formed on the earth's surface, and what are the origin, where they are originated from, and what are the uses of that soil, like how many crops can grow in that particular soil type. So children, first, how many types of soils are there? The major types of soils in India are 6. What are they? Alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, desert soil, mountain soil, and lateral soil. So these are the 6 types of soils that are present in India majorly. Okay, so first, alluvial soil. So what is alluvial soil, and where it is generated or originated from, and how it is formed, with which mineral it is formed on the earth's surface, and how it is used for agriculture purposes. We are discussing about alluvial soil. So what is alluvial soil? So alluvial soil is nothing but a soil which is porous, and because of the formation or the equal proportion of sand and clay are mixed is the alluvial soil. Generally we can find the alluvial soil mostly in the river regions or the plain regions. It is a mixture of sand and clay where only the liquids or the air may pass through. So they are very porous in the appearance, and very like small sandy particles will be appeared on the layer of the sand or soil that are called as alluvial soils. And okay, sir, we discussed and we came to know about alluvial soils and how it is appeared in the general places or on the earth. So okay, sir, where they are originated from and in which parts of India we can see alluvial soils. Okay, children, in the Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plains, so we can see the most parts of the soil is alluvial soil, which is present in Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plains. Okay, and only in Indo-Gangetic, sir? Not any other places? Not definitely. Definitely it is present in some more places of India. They are Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri basins of rivers. On these river basins, alluvial soils and alluvial deposits are present, or we can see their deposits on these river basins. As we discussed, the river soil, if you can go to a river and if you can see the soil which is present inside the water, it is very fertile, and we can see the presence of the soil with sand and clay. The sandy particles, soft sand, and the clay particles are mixed. Black clay particles are mixed on the surface of the water or the soil. So those types of soils are called alluvial soils, and they are mostly present in the basins of rivers like Mahanadi, Brahmaputra, plains, Godavari River, Krishna River, and Kaveri River. So these are the river basins where we can see most of the soils are alluvial soils. Okay, so only these plains, sir, not only these plains, like all the river basins, almost all the parts of the India, half part of India or more than that is covered with alluvial soils, because this is the most fertile soil where we can crop, or we can cultivate all kind of trees or plants in these fertile soils. Okay, so what are the major trees or crops that we can cultivate in these type of soils? Okay, definitely here it is: rice, wheat, sugarcane, tobacco, jute, maize, etc. These are the major crops that are grown, or that can be cultivated in alluvial soils. Okay, great. So now we came to know about alluvial soils, how they are appeared and where they are originated from, and what are the crops that we can cultivate in alluvial soils. Okay, next, black soil. So black soil is nothing like black soil, where we can see that and how it is formed, and how is appearance to look, the black soil, and which part of the earth, which part of the India is covered with black soil, and what are the different crops or different plants or agricultural groups we can cultivate in black soil. So here is a few things or few points about black soil that we are going to discuss about. In general, black soil in uplands, like up-level hilly regions, or the land which is in the higher levels, is low fertile, and the soil which is in the valley areas, or like river valleys, or not exactly river valleys, valley or slopey areas, will be more fertile than the soil present in the hilly areas. So that is, black soil which is found in hilly areas or the higher level lands is not as fertile as the black soil present in the valley areas. Okay, this is how the black soil is fertile, and the fertility of black soil can is explained about, and in which parts of India the black soil is present, and how it is appeared. Black soil, generally, the name itself says that black soil is in the color of black, and in generally Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, the black soil is consisted in crystalline sheets. Sheets is nothing but the combined combined particle which has many more things in that one particular thing. Like if you take iron ore, we can separate iron, aluminium, manganese, as all other some materials from that a particular part, that is sheets. And that where like in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, black soil is present in these forms, crystalline sheets forms, and other parts it will be in general black soil, like soily particles with black color with very muddy area. These is the presence and appearance of black soil, and almost 46 lakhs square kilometers of India is covered with black soil. Oh my god, this is the second largest soil covered in India. Soil deposits we can see in India. It's approximately 46 lakhs square kilometers is covered with black soil in India. What are the different states and what are the different places that we can find black soil are Maharashtra, Karnataka, few parts of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Gujarat. So these are the few states which is completely covered with black soil, and almost, as I told you, 46 lakhs square kilometers of India land is covered with black soil. And what are the crops that can be grown in black soil are cotton is the best crop to cultivate in black soil. How, sir? Why? Because cotton can grow without water facilities, and black soil can give the maximum fertility to the cotton plant to grow without any irrigation or other things. So cotton is the best crop to be grown or to be cultivated in black soil. And do you have any more crops to cultivate in black soil, not other than cotton, or which doesn't need any irrigation? Yes, of course. There is two more crops that can grow in black soil. They are rice and sugarcane. That means wheat, like rice paddy, and sugarcane that can be grown in black soil. But there is a problem. What, sir? What is the problem to grow wheat, rice, sugarcane in the black soil? So what is the problem, sir? We need irrigation, or we need water facilities to grow wheat, rice, and sugarcane in the parts of black soil. So without water facility or proper irrigation, we cannot grow or we cannot cultivate properly in the black soil for the crops of wheat, rice, and sugarcane. So this is what about the black soil, children. So black soil, how it is appeared in the appearance, in the presence, and what is the origination, or where the black soil is originated from, and what are the areas that black soil has been covered in India, and most states which covered the black soil, which has deposits of black soil in India, and what are the major crops that can be grown and that can be cultivated in black soil. So this is what a brief explanation and this description about black soil and its uses, its fertility, and all this about black soil. So now we are going to discuss about red soil. So red soil is the third largest soil deposits we can find in India. Almost 3.5 lakhs kilometers is covered with red soil. So 3.5 lakhs kilometers are the basins, so we can find the red soil deposits. And what is the appearance of red soil is in general, red soil is appear in red color, as the name has been generated or originated from the color of the soil. So red soil is present in India almost in all few states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Telangana, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh. So these are the states where we can find the deposits of red soil. And what are the crops that can be grown in red soil are like green gram, red grams, like gram, pulses, like we can say dals where we eat, and like pulses, pearls, we can grow in red soil. That is a very fertile soil to be grown for pulses or grams like seeds, groundnuts. So these are the mostly cultivated land crops in red soil. And only these crops that we can grow in red soil? No, we can also cultivate flowers like rose crops, or like jasmine crops, or other flowers that which are famous and which are like mostly used by the like human beings or girls, are can be cultivated from red soil. Okay, so these are the usage and the formation of red soil, and where the red soil presence are there in India, and how how long distance the red soil is covered in the parts of India, and which are the states that have the deposits of red soil. So children, now today we have discussed about land resource, the uses of land, and the division of land into two parts, and the conservation of land. Okay, and whatnot. We discussed about soil, the types of soils, usage of soil, and how the soil is formed on the earth, and what makes the soil fertile, and what are the fertile soils, what are the types of fertile soils that we get in India and that we find in India are alluvial soils, red soil, black soil. These are the three soils we discussed about, and now we are going to discuss about desert soils, mountain soils, and lateral soils. These are the three soils now we are going to discuss in further, and we are going to get more information about these soils. Okay children.